This is going to be a pretty long video because I've been meaning to talk about this for quite some time. I'm going to slow down my speech so that everybody can understand me in a very clear and concise way. I am sick of the rage bait. I am sick of what I'm calling the trolling industrial complex. There is a big issue going on in the entire world where everybody is just arguing. They're very debate-brained. They are very into themselves. A lot of people will just post things to get the most anger, the most vitriolic reaction from the most simple mind of people, all because it garners money and attention. It started with me when I was going through Twitter on my phone. I was just minding my business, laying down in the bed, and I noticed somebody had posted, "Do you guys think slavery was fake?" I had saw this and immediately I wanted to go to the comments because I knew somebody was going to respond and be very angry about it. Lo and behold, the very first comment I saw was, "Do you think that you are an idiot?" And then proceeded to have 70,000 comments arguing. And that person had a blue check mark on Twitter, and they were arguing with a few people with other blue check marks. So they're probably getting a pretty hefty paycheck because the ad traffic, and there were a few ads everywhere all through around that, and that was a little bit of a mess up. It's a little bit of a struggle to have to see that all the time, as if I'm being bombarded by negative news. I don't scroll through TikTok. I don't go through Instagram Reels. I barely watch YouTube videos nowadays. I usually just go outside. I have a portable treadmill that I have inside of my room that I walk on for the most part. It's one of the better things that I've bought and purchases that I've made in the past few years, and I live alone at the current moment. I spend most of my days making videos like this. I just spend time talking to myself or hang out in Discord or playing a few video games. And on the video games that I play, there's no voice chat. Thank goodness. Back in the day, I used to be very into Overwatch. During Overwatch, people would just say things to get me angry. They would just say things to try to get me mad. Why is nobody playing healer? Why is nobody healing me? Why is everybody being stupid? As if the rage in the game is their therapy, as if getting it out because they're so angry they can't say it to anybody else. And I feel like that when you rage bait, when you do these things, it's almost therapeutic for you. If you see a post and you think you are doing social justice work or you're doing activism, you are not doing activism by interacting with rage bait. That is very important. You are not doing some high level of activism by interacting with a post that specifically targets you. If someone says, "I don't think trans people should exist," if someone says that, they are trying to get you angry. They are just trying to get a reaction out of you because they know that you're going to comment it, you're going to retweet, quote it, and say, "Oh, this person is stupid." Or you're going to share the post and say, "Guys, do we agree to this? This is horrible." Or if you want to get interactions on your profile and get other like-minded people around you, you know what you're going to do? You are going to share that post. You're going to adopt that mindset because you think it's the norm. Well, thankfully, somebody said it. I thought it, but I was just waiting for somebody to say it. And you'll find your people. You really will. And it's us fighting against each other over and over again. And all that I see every time I see one of these big posts is a bunch of ads. A bunch of ads, very highly targeted, very highly specific. Dog toy ads, very specific. X-Men shirt ads, hair ads. Ads for this Shure SM7B, very specific. And as I'm speaking right now into this microphone, which I'm probably being recorded, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm sure I'm going to get an ad on YouTube about the exact instance of what I'm talking about, maybe some self-help thing. I posted a video about Jesus one time and I don't stop getting Bible ads. It is depressing to witness that people are being so easily trolled along. Do you know what trolling means? A lot of people don't know what trolling means. They think it's to troll under the bridge. That is not what it means. To troll is to troll a fish along on a line. It is a fishing term. It is you put out the bait and then you troll them along. That is what happens. And some people make their entire content, their entire lives, this one thing, rage baiting people, getting people so angry about something that does not matter in the grand scheme of things. Sometimes somebody will post something and they'll just log off. They'll post something so angry and vitriolic and psychotic and they'll just log off. And it's a masterclass. I remember seeing this person say specifically this: "I give money to homeless people, but it's fake Monopoly money or just fake money like this. This is just a fake money right here that I have. And I give it to the homeless man so that I feel good and they get arrested for," guess what? Giving fake money to somebody. They think they get counterfeit money. They get a house. I clean up the streets. I feel good upon giving money, and it's great. And the worst thing about that is that that's genius. That's genius to get people angry. because people are commented over and oh my God, that video got 7.2 million views. That's a lot of views. That's an insane number, isn't it? So many people commenting and some people agreeing, a lot of people disagreeing. It's inane. Some people reacting to it, just pushing it out there, getting people angry for the sake of it, just for the sake of anger. There's no joy nowadays because joy doesn't get that big of a reaction. Joy doesn't get people inspired because people have this self-loathing pity upon themselves. People hate themselves so much that they see something they disagree with, they want to feel like they're making a difference. You can't convince somebody to be on your side if you argue with them. You can't. If you approach somebody angry, you're not going to get them to be on your side. Let's do an example, if I may. Let's say you, for all intents and purposes, are somebody that is very, very, very angry at the fact that somebody's not Christian. Do you A, tell them the good way of Jesus Christ and tell them that he will love you and accept you for all you do, and no matter what you choose, no matter who you are, you will be loved by him and his kingdom in heaven, and that is the way of Jesus Christ. You will be accepted even if you have a different mindset because God gave you free will to choose or not choose him, and I'm happy even if you don't believe me. Do you say that, or do you say you're going to hell? You're gay? You're going to hell. You are going to, guess what? Going to, bye. Hey, guess what? You're going to hell. That's what's going to happen. You're going to burn for all your sins, and it's going to suck because you haven't accepted God in your life, and he loves you, but you're going to burn for this. Which is much more alluring to you? The anger or the acceptance? What is more reasonable? Have you ever convinced anybody for a long extended period of time that through pure anger, it works? Has your ex ever hit you, and then you decided, you know what? I'm actually going to not do the thing that makes them mad forever. And we're actually happier for it. The hitting worked. It really did. Has your ex ever yelled at you and you decided, you know what? I don't want to see them angry like this again. And I understand their anger deeply. And they may be calling me names out of pocket. And they may be saying I don't deserve to exist. And that's valid. I completely agree. I don't deserve to exist. And I'm going to make sure that they're right. I like that. Has that ever worked? In any capacity, any time in history? I don't think it has. That is the issue. You are relying on a mindset that is breeded in a mentality of disgust and hate. It is the trolling industrial complex, and they get paid for it. They get paid deeply for it. Hate pays. Trolling pays. Grifting pays. And it's not just right and left. A lot of people have this mindset where, oh, the right is calling out the woke mind virus and they're mad at black people for existing and they're mad at gay people for existing. Yes, they are mad at that. And the fact that you are reacting to it and are interacting with these people, they know that you are bothered by it. And then you will try to convince them to not do that by doing exactly what they do. You try to convince them to not do that by doing exactly what they do. So now you're reacting to their content where they said they don't like the new game because it stars a black woman and that's just DEI garbage slop. And then they react to you reacting to them. And then it's just this endless thing. And now you guys are in a war and people love drama. Oh my God, people love drama. Hey, did you hear about this? Hey, did you hear about Melanie Martinez? Did you hear about R. Kelly? Did you hear about Justin Timberlake? If it's drama, people go crazy about it. Oh, they want to know the tea. Spill the tea, sis. Figure out what's going on. Because it makes them feel like they're not a part of it. They get to witness the entire spectrum, a crash out, the worst parts of a human. They get to see all of it stripped down, pinned to the dish like a butterfly. They get to see every piece of a person, all for everyone to see, and it is disgusting. It is gross and it is nasty, and you get to see it and witness it, and it's like a show. Oh, it's the same as a show. It's the same as getting a Netflix subscription without paying any money, and it's all for free. And the only price to admission is just reading a few comments and seeing how two people hate each other and they're going back and forth, and it's messy. Oh, it's messy. And you love messy, don't you? You love watching Baddies East. You love going on the Zeus network and watching people argue. You love watching two people fight. You love watching fight compilation videos, car crash compilation videos. You love learning about tragic news. You like watching true crime because, oh my God, how could somebody be that evil? I would never get out of that situation. I would never be in that situation. I would find a way to avoid that. and you just allow yourself to be stuck in this negative feedback loop of depression, learning new, disgusting, weird news all the time, and it drains you. You're wondering why you can't get up for work. You're wondering why you don't feel like you have the energy to do certain things. You're wondering why you can't have the energy to make your bed or brush your teeth because you just learned depressing news all day. When's the last time you saw a firefighter save a cat from a tree? I've never seen that in my life, actually. When's the last time you heard some actual good news? Not just about yourself, from somewhere else that's pushed out by the media. When's the last time that's happened? LA is on fire right now. Oh my goodness, that's horrible. That's bad. Flint, Michigan still doesn't have water. Oh, that's the most depressing news ever. TikTok's being banned. Well, nobody really cares about that, but still sad for people on TikTok, right? It is always depressing news. Always. Black people are being oppressed deeply, brother. We gotta make sure the black people in the diaspora know that they're being corrupted by the white mind virus. You gotta make sure that you don't be corrupted by the white mind virus, and you yourself are actually evil for not doing more for your black brothers and sisters. Actually, white people are being attacked right now. White people are being deeply attacked because whiteness is being eliminated from the media. Back in the day, we had nothing but white people, and now I see black people everywhere. It feels like my white culture is being erased. Well, you, sir, are white, and you have no culture. There is no culture going on inside of your life. Actually, we do have a culture. Great Britain and the American culture is actually really beautiful, and I appreciate that. It's really nice. I want to be able to have a culture the same way you guys have a culture of hip-hop in America. That culture was put upon us because we were forced to be here. We were taken from our country, and the black people were originally on this place as well, and we are the originator. We control everything. We invented everything. Yeah, but white people took it over. So colonialism is actually pretty good. Just a worthless argument. Just a worthless, stupid, nonsensical, vitriolic, hate-fueled, diabolical argument for the sake of arguing. People want to debate with everything. People just want to argue. That's all they want to do. They don't care if they're right. They don't care if they're wrong. They just want to complain about something because they have nobody else to complain to. And because you interact, go back and forth with them, they now feel like they're wasting and siphoning your life clock. They feel like they've accomplished something because they've accomplished nothing in their worthless little lives. You are not doing activism by interacting with rage bait. You are not doing anything. You're not convincing this person that something is changing. You're not doing anything about that. You know what's happening? You know what's happening? They're gaining your attention because they didn't get that from their mother or their father or from somebody that actually cared about them. You are now fulfilling that role. And the trolling industrial complex knows that. Trolling you along, making you angry, getting you to interact with those people with the blue check marks, getting people to get angry at you, and it continues down the pathos. You ever see a video that says something really messed up, just evil, and you see it has a lot of views, maybe 500,000, maybe 1 million, and you see a similar video that has less views, a similar video in the vein of it's talking about an issue, but in a polite way. If you phrase something negatively, people will click on it. You click bait them. When you click bait them, much like you're baiting a fish, you're rage baiting, you can troll them along and see how long the bit lasts. This is a disgusting, strange industry, and it works. It has not failed because it is getting to the only part of human psychology that matters, mob mentality. I say this so often, and I want to really break it down when I say this. You are attacking Frankenstein's monster. You are going out of your way to attack Frankenstein's monster, who was put together deeply by the world around him. His creator is the issue. He is kind. Frankenstein's monster in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was a very kind creature. He just wanted somebody to love. He was brought together, put into this world by decomposed body parts, then left Victor Frankenstein's laboratory to go live in the woods and helped an old blind man, and he made sure the old blind man was safe. The old blind man ended up getting slain, and that inspired the anger within Frankenstein. Frankenstein then went back to Victor Frankenstein to see if he could get a wife. That's all he wanted. And Victor Frankenstein, wreathed with guilt, said to himself, I can't do this. This is evil. And so Frankenstein took the life of Victor Frankenstein's lover because Victor Frankenstein brought Frankenstein into existence. That's what happened. Now, in common iterations, We don't see that story ever. All we see is that Frankenstein's monster is being chased out by the townfolk with pitchfork and knives, and they're all trying to get Frankenstein's monster out. Frankenstein's monster is not called Frankenstein. The monster is Victor. And you don't care about the monster. You don't care about the corporations that advertisers that are actually doing the issue, the threats of what's happening. You care about taking out the monster that is created. You care about taking out the monster when the real monster is the bigger issue. That worthless person, libs of TikTok, libs of Twitter, libtards, all these people, the right and the left, thinking that one side's wrong and one side's right. That's so worthless. It means nothing. In the grand scheme of things, they're going to go to bed happier with $500 more in their bank account. They're going to wake up to 500,000 notifications. And they're going to see that you continue to comment and argue with people. And you're going to feel great that you argued and got your point across, but you're going to feel horrible that nobody's listening. You're going to construct this very well thought out, put together argument. And you're going to have articles, links, and syllabuses all throughout the entire confines of everything. You're going to have all this really planned out. You're going to feel amazing about everything you typed out. You keyboard warrior. You're going to feel great. And you know what's going to happen? Someone's going to say, I'm not reading all that. Let me tell you what I think. And it's going to go back and forth. And you're going to call them stupid. And insulting people works so well, doesn't it? It works so well. This is the worst thing about the internet. All people do every day is just make me more sad. That's all that happens. I don't feel good at all. I just want to hear good news. That's all I ever want to hear. And I don't get that. I don't get to hear good news. All I get is people angry at each other for existing. People having to justify their existence. People having to justify why trans people should exist. People have to justify why a baby should exist. Everybody should be allowed to have the freedoms of this world gifted to them. That should be the one thing we should have come together as humans. We have been cognizant in recorded history for over 2,000 years, and we have not come to a consensus over who gets more soup for supper. Who gets it? I remember when I was younger, and my mom had told me, don't waste your food. There are children in Africa starving. And I said, are we going to give it to the children in Africa? And she said, no, but you should be grateful for your food. I said, I can't eat anymore. Can I see her for later? She said, no. I said, then I can't eat this. And I got it from the table and I was hit immediately. Now, did that make me hungry? No. It made me sad because I was struck because I couldn't do something. Did that convince me? Did that angry reaction convince me to do better? No. It didn't. All that it did was make me angry towards my mother. Nothing else. And now angry at Africa for some reason because those kids are starving. I was hit because other children are starving. Why was I struck for those other children? Did I learn a lesson? No, I didn't learn a lesson actually. I learned that children in Africa are starving and I'm struck for it. That's all I discovered from that entire interaction. I didn't learn to be grateful for food. I learned to portion my food out so I didn't grab too much. I also learned to stop having my mother prepare my meals because she would give me too much food, is what I learned. It's disgusting. It's weird. And I tell you this because that's exactly what's happening throughout the entire world. Everybody is angry because nobody is grateful enough. Everybody is angry that nobody is grateful enough, so everybody gets mad at people for not being grateful. You live in America. You don't have any real issues. People have issues. They're not unique. Oh, they're not unique. Everyone has issues. Every single person has issues. Whether you believe it or not, everyone's got issues. And because of the rage and anger and hate and the fact that people love just watching it from a distance and not being directly involved, just watching it far enough to be deeply on the outset and outside, that they don't have to interact with it. They don't have to truly be a part of it. They can separate their mind brain from it. It makes me angry. It makes me more angry than I've ever been in my entire life. My heart is racing really bad right now. because I keep thinking about this stupid little thing that's going on. I keep thinking about how people need to learn how to grow and they refuse to. How people refuse to be a part of this existence, even if it means destroying their own self. I hate it. I hope you do better one day. I hope we all do better one day. But I've been hoping for people for quite some time, and it's never going to happen. Thanks.